It's Christmas, everybody! Okay, elephant in the room. It's not Christmas. It's not Christmas at all. It's not even December. It's mid-January. By all accounts, procrastinate a bit, you know. Put this aside for a little while too long. And if I don't do it now, I'll have to put it aside for another 11 months. But you know what? It's raining right now. It is. Or at least I think it is. I don't go outside anymore. But the point is, it's you know what? Winter's barely hit. It's barely snowed. And you know what? My Christmas decorations are still up. So you know what? It's Christmas! It's Christmas!
The holidays are a varied and diverse time of year, and we all find our own ways of celebrating them. For some of us, that's spending time with our families around a lit, roasting fire. For others, it's about giving help to the more needy in a community. And for some, it's about persecuting and judging those with different opinions and beliefs than them.
But for me, there's only one true way to get into the holiday spirit. Old TV specials. Specifically, Rankin Bass.
Nothing makes me see the magic of December faster than those old stop-frame and hand-drawn animation projects of years now long gone. Some people say that the films are awkward or overrated, but I couldn't disagree more. I've always found it amazing how expansive the worlds and ideas of these films could be, feeling like a magical adventure that gave other similar attempts a run for their money. Some of the films are a little weird, but even those obviously had a lot of dedication and hard work behind them, and really just had as much fun as they could. And of all the films and series... Series? God, I hate the plural of series. It just sounds wrong no matter how you say it. Of all the films created by the RB Boys, there's only one on top of all others, and trained in not only popular culture and phone commercials every year, but in the basic spirit of the holiday season. That's right, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Growing up, I didn't have many friends. People, well, they thought I was weird. Wanna know why? Here's a picture. Yeah, that's right. It's pretty clear what my red nose was. I was an atheist. The point is, when I was a kid, the other kids didn't like me. I usually spent time on the playground by myself, and only people who really felt bad for me were there to help. Adults didn't care. Most of them didn't take that kind of stuff seriously. It was a really rough time for me. But if there was anything that helped, anything at all, it was films and other media like the first Rudolph TV special. Rudolph was an outcast, a freak to all those that surrounded him. But he overcame those bad times, and stood up for himself and others he cared about. He became a hero, an adventurer, and went down in history. And it really showed me that I too could one day overcome what made me a target for ridicule to make my own mark on history as well. I think it's safe to say that the Rankin Bass films left a huge impact on not only me, but the holiday season itself, which makes it a bit odd that we never hear from them anymore. It likely boils down to a few things. First off, most specials by them weren't received as well as the Rudolph and Frosty specials. Look at the Rudolph and Frosty special, for instance. You never hear about that one. Or what about Jack Frost? I've always thought that's one of their best films, and I never hear about that one. Of course, the more obvious problem is likely what led to their slow decline, and that's that it can't be healthy for a company to only be able to produce material at one time of the year. Well, Thundercats withstanding. Despite the lack of existence from the company, it's a teensy bit odd that other companies have tried to join in the festive cash cow by making more products with the cast of these films. Of course, we get those hilarious phone commercials every year.
So what are reindeer games?
Angry reindeer, doodle reindeer, flappy reindeer.
Oh, so like regular games with the word reindeer added to them.
Huh.
Someone either needs to start or stop trying.
But that's really about the extent of what we've seen through the topic since the RB team stopped making films. Well, except for one little project. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and the Island of Misfit Toys. Oh yeah, this is what I'm talking about! an entirely new film starring the Rudolph team in a new adventure. I was really excited to see this. And I got even more pumped when I saw the cast list. Jamie Lee Curtis, Richard... Is it Dryface? I've never had to say his name out loud. And even freaking Rick Moranis all feature in this movie. That's right, that Rick Moranis. The one that stopped acting in 1997 and is only taking up roles he specifically wanted to do since then, being very picky with what he does and does not do. And this was actually his first acting performance since he stepped out of the Community, so you know it has to be good. The film starts off by jumping into a random house somewhere in suburban America. There, a girl sleeps peacefully, surrounded by her many toys. Those toys suddenly jolt alive and begin to ascend through the chimney of the house in a trance. On top of the house, a lone man in a long coat stands, a mysterious Pied Piper, who steals the toys away and takes off, like a reverse Santa or a reverse Grinch.
And the 1, and the 2, and the 3.
You know, Dasher.
After that brief interlude, we cut back to our main cast and our title sequence. The first thing you may notice is that the 3D animation in this special is really... is special. I mean, I'm a little torn on it, honestly. On one hand, this was 2001. Pixar had a bit of a monopoly on animation and animators and that sort of thing, and smaller companies often had less to work with. And it certainly looks better than other CGI abominations like Food Fight, The Little Panda Fighter, or Atlantic Rim. On the second hand, however, still pretty bad animation. I mean, I commend their hard work, I really do. I can't stress that enough. But when I keep thinking, can they go back to the clay models with the mouth flaps? You know it needs a lot more work before you can even start to overlook it. The second thing you may notice is that Rudolph, seen here, is a child in this movie. A little buck. The problem is that in the first movie, he clearly is grown up by the end, as has Clarice. But in this film, they both look like they did at the start of the movie. This is actually something they've basically done with all Rudolph sequels like they do to marketing. However, in those films, even die-hard fans could fail to notice this because the character is only ever seen with non-reindeer models. In this film, however, they literally put him next to normal-sized reindeer and expect us not to notice. I mean, guys, listen, I use Blender every so often. Click the S key, it does wonders. I gotta say, I'm kinda digging this intro a bit. It leads us into the main theme of the film, dealing with fame. You see, in the first film, Rudolph felt isolated by his peers because they thought of him as a freak. All Rudolph wanted to be was normal, to be a regular person, to be treated as one of the team. In this film, however, he realizes that the last line of that film is stopping him from accomplishing that dream. He becomes a figure at the North Pole, and for the season of Christmas itself, he's treated differently in a similar light. Instead of normality, he now has to deal with people treating him as better than themselves.
Thanks. Being famous is swell and all, but the truth is, I never did anything to deserve it.
And he's modest, too.
All I ever wanted was
Blow your nose, Rudolph.
to be like everybody else.
Now, this is a brilliant continuation of the original film, and quite an obvious one too. I'm surprised the previous films didn't touch on it despite bringing it up constantly. And it's also a pretty damn good lesson to kids. I know I'll need to know about this kind of stuff when I have to deal with my fame.
Do you guys need some space? Feel free to move to any room in that castle where this movie is not taking place, please. You know what? I think I'm done with this movie. I think I'm gonna go.
We joined Rudolph and Clarice outside, and the pair begin to partake in a romantic jog, which, while sounding silly, is special to them because it is the only time they really get to have alone. Also, this music plays. Oh my god. Oh god. Oh. Oh wow. Oh. Oh. Oh god. Why would they play this music? Oh, this is the worst music you could play for this movie. Oh god. Oh no. Oh, this is gonna be a bad movie. Oh no. We next see a kite, which has a face! And is earnestly looking for Hermie the dentist. The narrator directs him to the party, and the kite is on its way. Oh, I forgot to mention him, didn't I? He's the narrator. He's not the narrator from the first film, for some reason. Also, he interacts with the characters in the movie outside of his narration. Okay. The pair return to the party, and Rudolph is automatically greeted by a pair of children reindeer who ask for his autograph. I only bring this up because, as I mentioned, the models in this film used for Rudolph and Clarice are them as children. So they have to make the characters who are supposed to actually be children in this film even smaller and skinnier to compensate. Those things do not look like they are healthy by any means. Also, this is the worst piece of animation in the whole movie.
May I have your autograph?
Oh god, I forgot about Bumble. I take back what I said about that being the worst piece of animation in the movie. Every scene with Bumble is the worst animation in the movie. The kite with the face finally arrives at the scene of the party and informs Hermie the King Moonracer, you know, he's the lion from the first movie, is having a toothache and needs assistance.
Can you come to the Island of Misfit toys? You bet.
Need an assistant, Hermie?
What a pal.
Preparing to go to the island, the pair cross the sea, where they have plenty of time to themselves to talk about their problems. Also, the kite with the face is just always there, lingering and watching every single moment. Rudolph is still upset about how being a celebrity has suddenly made him a misfit to those around him, and Hermie tries to talk him out of his worries.
Keep your chin up, keep your shoulders back, and face the world with pride. So what if you're a little bit different? You're still bona fide. Stick your nose out, hold your antlers high, enjoy the world you see. So what if you're a little bit funny? Hey, you still got me.
We're just a little bit, just a little.
We stand out from the rest.
Golly, but it just
Stop.
don't fit. Hey, don't even.
Please. Stop.
Golly, but it just don't fit. Hey,
And right there's the iceberg that sunk the Titanic. Too bad it just doesn't have it in it anymore.
me?
So keep your chin up, keep your shoulders back, and face the world with pride. So what if we're both kinda loony? So what if we're both kinda toony? So what if we're both kinda spoony? Spoony, toony, loony. We're just fine.
Do you want me to sum this song up? I mean, really, do you want me to? It's where a couple of misfits from the first movie, but it sucks. It really sucks. I'm sorry, it just does. It's terrible. It's like an imitation of what a song is supposed to be. It's like this is the first song they heard, and then they tried to write one. It goes on forever, and it's literally just a highlight of the concept of the original. I get the feeling the writers for the film were doing their best, their very best, to duplicate the source material, or at least the basic concept of song structure, but they fail miserably. The songs in the original add to the story. They bridge the story along. More importantly, they represent the characters getting to know each other and to grow. In this film, the songs are songs because songs need to exist and the songs need to be there. They stop the film in their tracks, and afterwards, they're glanced over by characters entirely.
I never made a big deal out of your nose, did I?
Just like I never made a big deal about you wanting to be a dentist.
Exactly. So who cares what other people think?
They literally act like nothing happened. You could skip all the songs in this movie and miss no crucial plot elements. Okay, you can miss one crucial plot element. We'll get there.
Here we we are. The Island of Misfit Toys.
So finally we get past that excruciating number and reach the island. And we are immediately assaulted by another musical number.
When a mouse goes meow and a cat goes woof and a kite is afraid to fly above the roof, don't be frightened by all the noise on the Island of Misfit Toys. Oh, the Island of Misfit Toys. Toys.
You want me to sum this song up for you? I mean, really, do you? It's the Island of Misfit Toys from the first movie, but it really sucks. Somehow just as badly as the number before this, but in totally different ways. One thing the cast of this one likes doing is just singing parts over and over again, or harmonizing lyrics that also repeat because that's how you make an eardrum.
The Island of Misfit Toys. Toys, 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 toys. Seems like everybody wants to attain.
But your mind catches the fact that it should be catchy, but instead of making it stuck in your mind, it triggers a rupture of anger and gives you a migraine. A very addictive migraine!
Island of Misfit Toys, 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 toys. We're on the Island of Misfit Toys, 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 toys.
And guess what? Right after the musical number where we meet all of the Misfit Toys on the island, they are introduced to all of the Misfit Toys on the island. Literally, why have the number? Why? Why?
Hello? 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 Oh, nobody. Oh, he's the telephone with hang-ups.
Are you fucking serious?
And I'm Peggy, the piggy bank. Only thing is, they forgot to give me a slot.
This character is performed and written like she's a woman who's lost her ability to have children in some horrific accident. It's legitimately depressing.
I'm all empty inside.
Let's be fair though, the Misfit Toys in the first movie weren't exactly brilliant either.
How would you like to be a bird that doesn't fly? I swim.
Or a cowboy who rides an ostrich.
That's just a guy. That's not a toy, that's just a guy.
Okay, everyone just settle down for 1 minute, just pause, just stop for a second. This right here, this next gag, is one of the only funny jokes in the entire movie.
You think you've got problems, mate? I'm the boomerang that doesn't come back.
Ain't it tragic?
Oh, the pain. The pain.
You're telling me, dude, I'm only 20 minutes in.
Now, let's have a look-see at those pearly white, fangs, shall we?
Mm-mm.
Tut, 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 nothing to fear, Your Highness. I'm a professional.
I got my degree online.
Please, don't tell me I need a root canal.
You need a root canal.
I told you not to tell me that.
So Santa and the Guy Fieri elf from the first film lock down the toy vault securely because a toy taker is on the loose. Also, the guards are also toys. That's gonna end really, really well. I don't know, I guess elf labor laws are pretty strict. Hermie and Rudolph leave to return to the North Pole, and end up talking about where their lives are right now during the desolate silence.
I'd kinda hate to miss my date with Clarice.
That doe certainly has you head over hooves, doesn't she?
Who told you?
Everyone in Christmastown knows.
They do?
Haven't you told each other?
Well, not in so many words.
Last I counted, it was just 3.
Is this real? Is this a real movie? Because I didn't think that we'd be pulling tropes out of the romantically themed road trip films for this Rudolph sequel.
I know what you mean. It was graduation day at the Elf Academy of Dental Arts.
Stop! Why is there an Elf Academy of Dental Arts? Why is there a room filled with elves already graduating at the time Hermie graduates? Hermie was definitely the first and only elf that wanted to be a freaking dentist.
Congratulations, Hermie.
got a crush on the Tooth Fairy?
Hermie's in love with the Tooth Fairy. The Tooth Fairy exists in the Rankin Bass universe. The Tooth Fairy is a Southern Belle.
And her teeth are perfect.
Hermie's got a tooth fetish! Everything makes sense and everything is also ruined! Suddenly, in the middle of their voyage, a storm breaks out around Hermie and Rudolph, disrupting their travel. Goddamn Winterbolt up to his bullshit again!
Hermie?
Wherever you are, I believe that the heart does go on.
Oh! Who goes there? You're not toys. Begone, trespassers! We just need someplace warm and dry. Oh, very well. Follow me.
The way this scene is set up, I actually thought it was supposed to represent some sort of voyage to Hades in like old Greek mythology. Little did I know that I was traveling to a place much worse than hell itself.
Glamorous and fabulous Queen Camilla!
Hello, darlings.
Hi.
Hello there.
Enough banter! Why you trespass on Castaway Cove?
Well, we were shipwrecked and...
Lies, lies, lies! Just because Camilla is beautiful, don't mean she's one sandwich short of picnic, darling. You come to steal Camilla's fabulous toys. Confess!
Us?
Why would we...
Silence! Before I mount you over that mantle, lickety-split. Guards, throw them in the dungeon for 300 years.
No, wait, just stop. Just stop. I gotta take it in. We're moving a bit fast.
Oh, this is sure going places really fast. I'm actually a bit lost, to be honest. Who is this? No, seriously, I don't know how to react to this character. She's so weird. I guess they were going for like a more silly version of King Moonracer, but it's so odd and out of place. It factors so little into the film, it makes you raise an eyebrow. How am I supposed to react to any of this? Is it supposed to be serious? Is it supposed to be funny? Is it supposed to be ironic? Is it supposed to be like multiple levels of irony? Should I be angry? Should I be pessimistic? Should I be laughing? What should I do?
Let go!
Look, he's got a very shiny nose.
It's Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
So Kim Kardashian here realizes that Rudolph is the famous reindeer of the same name and decides to spare their lives. Now all pally, she starts to explain her island to Rudolph and Hermie. How would I describe it? Well, remember in the first film, how the Island of Misfit toys were outcast, broken, and unnatural? But by the end of the film, they were able to find homes where people came to love them for who they were? The moral here was that even if you are unnatural or a little bit odd, everyone eventually can find someone who loves them. This island is like that island, except instead of providing a haven and showing them how to deal with their differences, it gives them plastic surgery. I'm serious.
I make them beautiful. A little plastic here, a little stuffing there, some absolutely genuine faux blonde hair, some powder on that nose, a new pair of pants, and I will wrap it by...
Really? This is where we're gonna go with this film. Down this morally dubious and like weird direction. I mean, let's be real. There were Rankin Bass films that went to weird places really quickly. There was a Rankin Bass film that was literally like, Like, dude, I'm supposed to be the next Easter Bunny, but I can't even get the job right.
No need to worry, my friend. We will use time machine to find solution. Oh, goodness.
Like,
I forgot how tiny time machine. Goodness me.
My voice is giving out this impression.
Don't worry, my friend. I think I have a solution.
I forgot all about Sassafras's silly time machine.
But in this instance, we were able to look past the randomness of the direction and the locations because they were interesting and filled with passion. This place isn't fun. This place isn't new. This place isn't interesting. This place is just stupid. I can comprehend this from a universal perspective. I mean, of course, places like this would actually exist in worlds inhabited by toys, but it's not approached as an interesting aspect of the universe, but rather it's just another island around the pole. So the approach reads like it's supposed to mean something to the viewers, and it doesn't. At least I hope it doesn't. What voice is she doing? It usually sounds like she's going for like a New Jersey mother sound, but sometimes she sounds straight up German. I want to point out that this film is called Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and the Island of Misfit Toys. But it's actually barely set on that island. In fact, this island is the only original concept in the whole movie. What's up with that?
Maybe Santa can find them homes, just like he does for King Moonracer.
You do this for me, I do something for you. What is your fondest desire, darlings?
Well, he wants a normal nose.
And he wants a date with the Tooth Fairy.
Nose job Camilla can do. Before, after. Fabulous, no?
It's the nose I've always dreamed of.
It got worse. The movie got worse.
Let me remind you that this is a Christmas movie, a Rankin Bass Christmas movie, where there is a subplot about if the main character should seek out plastic surgery or not. This movie now exists and airs every year on ABC. The worst part? The subplot about our big hero maybe getting plastic surgery? It's literally wrapped up in the next scene.
I'm so ordinary, and you're so famous.
I won't be so famous after I get my nose fixed. Then I'll be normal, like everyone else.
But Rudolph...
And I'll finally fit in, and we can be happy, and...
I love your nose, and everything about you.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
Why even bring that up? Also, quick thought. Why does Rudolph think that getting plastic surgery will make people treat him less like a celebrity? So in this scene, Rudolph is trying to teach Clarice to fly, because despite being the same age and having taken more classes than him, Clarice cannot fly. Maybe this coach is just like super bad at his job.
The sun was in my eyes. It's not funny.
Again?
Now that I'm all warmed up, why not?
Did she just fake a cry for 1 second before just moving on?
Nope, I'm done.
The pair returned to the pole to discover that the night before, all the toys had been robbed from the storage faculty nearby. Real shocker, that one.
Papa, why don't we look for clues? To the scene of the crime!
Santa, look what I found. Blood.
That's not blood. After doing some basic research, the team realizes that neither the Integra Island nor the Island of Misfit Toys has been hit by the bandit, so they set off there to investigate further. First, though, they invite Yukon Cornelius to come along, resulting in the only other funny joke in the movie.
Well, what are we waiting for? Wahoo! Mush! Come on! Mush! Oh, brothers.
We next do an odd narrative step as we move on to the toy taker as he has captured toys from around the world, as well as from Santa's workshop. The toys attempt to convince him to let them leave, but he rejects these ideas and goes on to sing a song about the wonders of Stockholm Syndrome. He attempts to convince them that the children that they love will eventually leave them behind as they grow older, noting that age does not last forever.
I'm a wonderful guy. I'd never treat a toy the way those children do. And though you may not want to go, the toy...
Anyone check to see if that drum there is alive? Why does the drum have a face? It's designed to be hit in the face this way. In fact, I have so many questions about the toys in this film's universe. It would appear that all toys have sentience, but not around children. So they're apparently going for a Toy Story thing here. And I mean, they're really, really going for a Toy Story thing here. But we also see him steal figurines from a clock tower. Are toys then designated as all things made to look like real things? And do non-character toys come alive? Evidently. The kite's alive, the drum's alive, the ball's alive, the blocks are alive. How do you define when something stops being a toy? Are all balls alive? Are all drums alive? Is everything in this universe alive? Actually, now that I think about it, that drum definitely isn't alive anymore, so can toys die from abuse? Also, we see the toy taker capture toys from all around the world by this point, but we only have like, what 20 here? 20 to 30? And most of those are from the first scene in the first movie. The toy taker promises to take care of the toys and never abandon them like the children will one day. He then abandons them and goes off to get more toys for his ever-growing cult of kidnapped misfits.
Oh, that toy taker took all my beautiful toys. I feel so unfabulous.
I'm sorry we came to...
Stop! Bumble's in the room with them. The entrance to that room is like 2 feet high. How did he get in there? Thinking fast, our heroes hide overnight in the Island of Misfit toys, disguised as toys themselves. When the toy taker comes the next night, they sneak aboard the blimp, although the Bumble is sadly left behind. Here's a funny story. When I first saw this film, I only saw a clip of Cornelius in the tutu and the Bumble in the rabbit suit, and I honestly thought it was because they couldn't afford the rights to the characters. The team tries to free the toys on the blimp, but all the toys are still in their trance and rat them out. It's never explained how the toy taker's trance works, by the way. And furthermore, if he can put toys in this trance, why would he ever let them out? The toy taker quickly rushes to the scene, where he drops the 4 out of the ship.
Rudolph! No!
Oh yeah, save your fellow team member who also has the gift of flight. You just leave the other two dangling. Also, that scene of Rudolph getting hit on the head. Third funny scene in the movie. Rudolph and the team land in the control room of the blimp, where Cornelius begins to chase him through the inner mechanisms of the beast.
Hey! You're messing up my blimp!
Not quite with the boy, man. All the humanity, all the best. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose, and if you ever saw it,
Surrender, toy taker.
I don't know the meaning of the word.
It means you give up.
Oh, okay, I can do that.
Pay no attention to the teddy bear behind the cloak. I am the toy taker. Fear me!
Yep, this is the big twist to the film. The villain's a teddy bear. And yes, he has a backstory. And yes, it's a song.
When I was a bear wrapped in beautiful paper, I found myself under a tree. And Christmas Day came, that's when I met my best friend.
Do you want to know what this song is? I mean, really, do you? Do you? Do you? It's Jesse's backstory from Toy Story 2, but it fucking sucks!
I moved from the bed to a chair to a closet, and I knew it must be the end.
Really, Rick? This is the film you want to do above all others? You accepted this, but you turned down Ghostbusters 3 and Spaceballs the animated series? Okay, those were both correct decisions, but still, why do this one?
I stayed for years in a cardboard box, till one day the garbage man came. They threw me out, yes, they threw me out, without any reason or rhyme. I was ashamed.
No, go past this part. In fact, never play this again.
And get this. After they hear his backstory and how he was abandoned and how scared his real wife was, they forgive all of his heinous crimes and help him find his home. How many crimes was that again? Kidnapping, reckless endangerment, indoctrination, attempted murder, theft, trespassing on private property, destruction of private property, and he probably stole the blimp, so add another destruction of private property and theft! If he was tried, he would serve 30 years at least. And that is if he didn't slowly turn into a fluffy Charles Manson in there. Should you say what says song, all is forgiven. What next? We're gonna start forgiving murder cults because they're feminists?
This is the happiest day of my life.
Well, time to beat my daughter.
Well, that was the final Rudolph special, and why does it exist?
Seriously, what a jumble of extreme confusion. At the start of the film, it really seems like it's going somewhere. It introduces a story to branch out of the main characters and seems to have some kind of idea of what it's doing. But the film is so strangely branched off that it finds a way to fall to pieces really quickly. It's like they put up the structural boundaries for a hotel, and then they built a mall. Instead of introducing a broader story like the previous two films were built off of, this film tells a story that feels like it was adapted from a 5-panel comic that would print in a fan magazine. I mean, the second film was about a dragon creature that wants to freeze time to live forever. The third film was about an evil wizard that's hellbent on killing Rudolph and Frosty. This film's, it's got a teddy bear, it steals toys, because it's abandoned. And even if you wanted to do this concept, the execution is so mismatched and confused. It really doesn't know what it wants to be. Should it be an action film? Yeah. A mystery? Yes. A romance comedy? Oh yeah. A Christmas movie? Oh, is that what we were supposed to do? It's almost structured like it was meant to be a miniseries. It was just jammed together last minute, which is perhaps how it would work best, as a series of connected short films detailing adventures from one day to the next. But as this, it's just annoying and confusing. One day I hope to see a competent revisitation of the Rankin Bass universe. But today is not that day. Or rather, October 30th, 2001 was certainly not that day. Okay, that was the movie. Thanks for sticking with me, or for joining me for the first time. Want to see more content from me? I actually hate... It's been 2 years, I think, since I did a video, and I hate all my old videos, but there are at least 3 videos on this channel I think are pretty okay, and those are linked right to the right, left to right. I haven't made it yet, but it'll be there. I hope you guys have a good day, and a good Christmas, a good winter season. I think it's going to be a good one.